freshest, you bitch.
One thing about me is I don't know how to fucking pretend. I would have been a terrible actor. I wouldn't have won no fucking Oscars. I wouldn't have won no Tonys. I like playing poker, but I don't have a good poker face. I'm getting to an age where I really don't have time for a lot of shit. I'm starting to feel like Danny Glover.
I'm too old for this shit.
Getting too old for this shit. So I'm gonna give you a couple of things that I've noticed that I'm really getting too old for. Getting too old for this shit. And yes, I do drink 7-Eleven coffee. All right? Don't be a fucking coffee snob, nigga. Anyways, number one, spending frivolously. Spending frivolously. Now, when I'm talking about frivolous spending, you can break it down into monetary, and you can break it down in frivolous spending time. The beauty of money is you can always get it back. I've always had that mantra in my life. I don't look at money like something that's hard to obtain. I feel like I can get money whenever the fuck I want. If you can get it back, if you can lose it and get it back, if you can't lose it and get it back, you ain't a hustler. The Detroit philosopher, Payroll Giovanni, he said that in the song. You know what I mean? And that's the way I live my life. I feel like I can lose everything today. Everything. All the real estate, all the stocks, all the crypto, all the IP, all that shit, and I can get it back. Because I have knowledge now of what it took for me to get there. And honestly, from the pitfalls of me fumbling for years, I'd be able to get a lot faster than I did the first go around. So spending time frivolously, this is what I mean. When you spend your time frivolously, you spend your time frivolously with people that you really don't fuck with. People that really don't fuck with you. Another thing that you can do with spending time frivolously is maybe you're a gamer. And I'm not gonna knock you. Man, I play MLB The Show a lot. I play Red Dead Redemption 2. But the thing is, I'm not doing that shit before I make my money. I have a quota I need to make every single week. Okay? And in this channel, we're gonna show me futures trading, which I'm still a rookie at, I'm still learning. And all that shit. But spending frivolously, spending your time frivolously, spending your money frivolously. When I was in my 20s, I used to blow a lot of fucking money on stupid shit. That's why when I see rappers and young dudes from the hood growing, buying all this crazy designer shit, you know, Rick Owens. I know you niggas love Rick Owens. Chrome Hearts. I had Chrome Hearts fucking 20 years ago. When niggas was rocking Ed Hardy 20 years ago, I had Chrome Hearts. You dig what I'm saying? But once you get over 40, honestly, sooner. But if you're fully broke right now and you're 40 years old, the main thing I would tell you to do is quit spending your money frivolously. Because honestly, I don't believe that 40 is too late to start getting your money together. For a lot of y'all, you're going through a big life change right now. You're going through a divorce. Your kids are going to college. See, that's the funny thing about 40. I have friends that are going through divorce. I have friends that have kids that are graduating high school. I have friends that are grandparents. And you have people like me. I don't have no kids. I don't. Me and my wife are chilling. I'm the cool uncle. She's the cool auntie. We can get up and go whenever the fuck we want. We ain't gotta call babysitter or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And the more I go around people with kids and I hear their kids yelling and screaming and all that shit, it doesn't look appealing. It doesn't. It doesn't. It does not. But anyways. So number 2 is counting the years over quality. Counting years over quality. By the time you get to 40, you have friends you've been friends with 20, 30 years, right? Most of us. All those friends from high school, you've known these motherfuckers 25, 30 years, right? Some of y'all got friends from kindergarten. My oldest friend is my homegirl, Anna, and I've known Anna since I was 5 years old, right? And then you have friends that are from college, and all my friends from college, I've known over 20 years at this point. I have people and my best friend that lives in Ohio, Ron, I've known him since 2004, right? And Ron is the definition of a great friend, right? Then I have my friend Benny. I've known Benny 16 years. Benny is a definition of a great friend. These are people that have seen me at my ugliest, at my most fucked up. I've been raw with them. They have seen me go through heartbreaks. They have seen me broke. They have seen me fucked up. They've seen me balling. They've seen me in all different types of life. And that's a real friend. A friend is with you through when you're fucked up and when you're doing great, right? But what I'm talking about, the years, counting the quality over the years, or counting the years, not the quality. I have another group of people that I had befriended in college, and I was cool with them well over 20 years, 10 years, and I let those friendships go. One thing that nobody teaches you as you mature in life is that your friendships will fade. Not all of them, most of them, a lot of them, especially when you live in different corners of the country. But that's kind of bullshit, because I have a friend that lives 3,000 miles away and I talk to them damn near every day. So let's just say this. Quit looking at the fact that you've been that dude's friend. You've known him since 2007. You've known him since 2002. You've known this motherfucker 20 years, 10 years, maybe 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And you just deal with their bullshit. When you step away from a friendship for a while and you stop talking to somebody, you stop looking at them through the rose-colored glasses that you had. You make a lot of excuses for people that you've known 10, 15, 20, 30 years. And you start to put them on this pedestal like, oh, that's just how they are. No, fuck that. That's just how they are. That's unnecessary. You start to see how much of a narcissist that dude really is. How the only time you talk to them, it's all about them. They don't know nothing about you. You start to realize that friend of yours you've had since college, 20 years. You know everything. You know a lot about them. You know their mom's name, their brother's name, and all that type of shit. But they don't know nothing about you. They don't know your mother's name. They don't know your dad's name. They don't know what you do for a living. They don't really give a shit. And you grow to realize that years don't mean shit. I just recently ended a friendship with someone that I had known over 20 years. We both grew apart. And I think about it, I just started a new friendship with someone through a friend. I've known this guy 2 years. In the 2 years I've known my latest new friend, because I ain't got a lot of friends. I don't fuck with a lot of people. I don't. I have a lot of acquaintances, but I don't have a lot of friends. I really have like 3 or 4 friends, literally, maybe 3. That's it. 3. I only got 3 friends, but I got a lot of acquaintances, right? So, you know, people might come to town and we might go get a beer or something like that. Or, you know, you got those people that you send reels to on Instagram and that type of shit. You know, it's acquaintance. But what I'm saying is the guy that I've befriended in the last 2 years that I met through a mutual friend of mine, in the 2 years I've known him, he's been more supportive to me than the guy I knew over 20 years. The guy I knew over 20 years didn't know nothing about me. He didn't know my mother's name. And he didn't know my sister, my brother's name. He didn't know none of that shit. And it's like he wanted to separate me and my buddy, that we were all 3 of us, we were friends in college, from his fraternity brothers. So it was like, oh, I talk to them every now and then, once every couple of years. But then the fraternity brothers, I talk to these niggas all the time. And then it became a situation where it was just like, I'm not gonna pretend with you. Like, a friend is when somebody, it's just, you know, friendships grow apart, but I'm just saying, like, stop counting the years, count the quality. And the last one is this: as you age, as you mature, I'm gonna be 42 years old in about a little over 3 months, right? You learn that you've got to quit proving a point. You stop proving a point. You don't care to prove a point with anyone. I am at a point right now where I do not care to prove a point with anyone. No one. I don't need the validation of my father. I don't need the validation. Well, I'm not going to say that. I like the validation of my mom. You know. But I'm just saying, like, proving a point. Oh, I do this because I do that. You don't have to prove a point to no one. As you age, you will realize that you don't need to prove a point to anyone. The only person you need to prove a point to is yourself. That's it. Prove a point to yourself. Prove that you can do it to yourself. Prove if there's something you want to do, prove it to yourself. Quit looking for external validation from people, because most people don't give a shit. Most people have their own shit going on in their life and they don't give a fuck what's going on in yours. And a lot of times when people ask you, how are you doing? It's just a formality. They don't give a fuck. You know how many people ask me how I'm doing and they mean it? I only have 3 people I can say when they ask me how I'm doing, they mean it. And they retain what I tell them, you know. So what we learned today? We're getting too old for this shit. Number 1, things that I stopped doing. I stopped spending my time and my money frivolously. Number 2, I stopped counting the years and I started counting the quality. Your bullshit friends. All those friends of yours from college that you guys really don't have anything in common anymore, gotta let them go, right? The irony is you can be friends with someone for 2 years and they could be way more supportive to you than someone you've known 20. And the third one is this: having to prove a point. You ain't gotta prove a point to nobody.
The world's freshest you.